Yes.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm not even breathing hard.
Yes. If I don't know if you want to grab the mic or you want. This is Rotten Kitty, by the way.
Hi.
This is the most disorganized show ever already. I have like all these. I have all these things I was going to talk to Jonathan about, and then we started talking about
Buttholes.
Oh.
heroin.
Okay.
Yeah, you came in just.
I know. I always come
You came in just in time.
awkward
You want to get a little closer to the mic?
Okay.
You're always so shy.
I really
But this is Rotten Kitty, a burlesque dancer. You've been a model. You've been a designer, and now.
Well, now, when you put it that way, it sounds like I'm a total failure at everything.
No. I'm saying you've been a success at all those things.
No. Because if I were, then we wouldn't have to list them all off. Everybody would.
No. Now you're doing comedy.
Well, I have for years, but I guess now I'm more comfortable with actually saying I'm a comedian.
Okay.
Usually people will ask me, oh, are you really a comedian? Usually you say, no, you're not comfortable with it. Thank you, cheers.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Really? Because they asked me, they're like, are you funny? I'm like, no, I'm not funny. I'm just, yeah.
No, I never. If somebody asks, are you funny, that's so subjective. So I usually say, I'm an acquired taste.
Tell me a joke. No.
I hate that.
But here's the thing. People that tell me they're doing comedy, and Jonathan back me up on this. 99 out of 100 people.
Cheers, by the way.
Yes, cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Lovely.
99 out of 100 people tell me they're doing comedy. I'm like, or they want to start comedy, and they ask my advice. I'm sure you get this too. Mm-hmm. I asked them, my first question is, are you funny?
Well,
and I would say probably 60% are like, I don't know. Or, no, but I'll learn, You think it's a fair assessment?
well, it's as if anybody else asks you if you're funny.
No, I'm saying people they're like, I want to try comedy. I want to be like you. Which I don't know why anybody would want to be like me.
I would just say don't.
You really? I don't want to squash anybody's dreams.
Really? Because if somebody were to ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be Dark Mark.
Stop it.
I do.
Stop it.
I do.
No, let me. Now we were talking about your heroin past, and you'll have to listen to the show for that. But like I say, you think you had a tough childhood. You think you had a tough childhood. I know you think you had a tough childhood. My childhood was pretty good. You are the son of two deaf parents.
That is true. Yes.
That's so. You got to see people arguing without a sound.
No, they scream hella loud because they don't know how loud they are when they're fighting. Like, they're extra loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the whole neighborhood can hear them. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Really?
They can't hear themselves. They don't know how loud they are. They're just like, fuck yeah. But it's all noise and shit, so it's just terrible.
No, like that?
Yeah, you're like just like that, but like non-stop and really loud for like a long time.
Wow.
Mad at each other. And on top of that, like when they talk, when they're mad, it's like very like it's almost violently talking, because they're very expressive.
Oh, they're signing too.
Yeah, they're signing while they're talking. They're screaming at each other.
Yeah,
and it's like you're a fucking asshole. And, like they're just.
There's no silent like spelling around the kids.
No. Well, they didn't give a fuck anyway. My parents did drugs, so.
How many? Well, we're gonna get to that too. But how many kids? How many siblings?
I have 3 brothers, 2 older and 1 younger.
Okay.
When you were a teenager, did you when you wanted to like say something to them, you really wanted to say something? Did your hands ever trip you up? You like when you think faster than you can speak, like right now. Did you have the same problem when you were signing to them? Or?
It's cute that you're signing as you're saying it.
I don't know what it is. I don't.
Yeah.
know. I blame it on the whiskey.
No. Well,
so actually, up until before I started doing comedy, I actually had a really bad stutter. And so my hands would stutter too when I would sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give us an example of that? I want to see what that looks like.
Well, like if I was trying to like say like you're a motherfucker, I'd be like you're a motherfucker.
Wow.
The hands would kind of.
It has a lot of intensity when you stutter and you sign.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's got to be frustrating. Stuttering while you're signing.
Just like it's frustrating while stuttering while you're talking.
Now, how'd you get over the stutter?
I took my brother's public speaking course.
Okay.
And
he taught it.
Yeah, my brother he's a professional like teacher of like all these different kind of seminars and like self-help stuff.
Right.
And he was like, "Here, take my public speaking course. It'll help you." And so
okay.
he roped me into it, and after I did it, my stutter went away, and I could talk in front of people, and then I was like, I'm doing comedy, and that's actually how I got into comedy.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Seattle, two deaf parents. Now are all your siblings? Can they hear?
Yeah, all my brothers can hear. It's actually really rare for deaf people to have deaf children.
Okay.
Like 1 out of 10,000 deaf people have a deaf kid.
Okay. But I'm sure when you were a kid in school you got teased for it. And...
I got teased more because my parents were like such bad drug addicts. They didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
And so I was like the smelly kid, and just like it was just a mess.
Oh.
So they were
like they were. I mean, were they into heroin? What were they into?
They smoked rocks. They were smoking.
They were
fringe.
hardcore.
Yeah. Well, they had a hard life too.
How did child service? How are they able to keep of the four of you?
Nobody wants to take kids away from disabled people. Turns out.
Right on.
Really?
Yeah.
You say right on, but it sounds like they should have.
They just did a study where they were saying when they take children out of their comfort zone and
right.
then they put them into the foster care system. The ironic thing is they think they're doing the child a favor by removing them, but in reality that's the comfort zone that they have. That's all that they know, and you
right.
go and extract them, they end up having attachment issues and a whole range of things. So now hopefully they'll maybe take a look at it, reform it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is where political correctness, in a way, is not good. But I know foster care is awful. So.
Well, what's the alternative? You could go back to having orphanages again.
I had grandparents and aunts and uncles. Like I had people they could have sent me to. They just
yeah.
Well, back then too, like my grandfather tried to get custody of me, but he didn't have any rights when I was a little girl, and my biological father was the biggest cocaine dealer in Ketchikan, Alaska.
Oh, so you guys are bonding?
Yeah. I guess. And he used to go to Seattle and sell drugs and smuggle them up. And my mom was pregnant with me.
Well, you guys,
them in her belly.
You might know my dad.
I was gonna say your parents probably partied together.
Probably.
Did you know any deaf people?
Yeah, ask your dad.
They
if he
knew
knows
everyone.
Deaf Paul.
Well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I could ask my mom. She would
Ouija
know.
board that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, there
You
are
know
enough of us.
Calvin?
This is why I do the show. These wonderful coincidences. So, geez, that's awful. I mean, and the four of you must have felt powerless.
Well, yeah, as a kid, you always feel powerless, but the beautiful thing about all that stuff is that, as an adult, I'm completely happy and normal, and normal as a comedian can be.
I was going to say, that's the thing. Is you're surrounded by comedians, Hannah. It's very none of us are screwed on right, but so that's interesting. So you were stuttering, and now you're doing comedy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Have you ever stuttered on stage? So I know I do sometimes. Once in a while.
Sure, I have, but not like I used to.
Right.
I'm pretty fluid because
from what I've seen, yeah. And when did you move to LA?
I moved to LA almost 6 years ago when I quit doing heroin. I moved to LA to quit doing drugs, which I know is
wait.
insane. I know that's insane.
You moved to Hollywood to get away from drugs?
Not Hollywood. I moved to Topanga Canyon first.
You moved to Topanga Canyon to get away from drugs. You moved to the Valley, the San Fernando Valley, to get away from drugs.
That's right.
That didn't work out probably initially, I would think.
No, it worked out great.
Okay, but you were surrounded by drugs, though.
Yeah, but I took ayahuasca before I moved.
Oh, okay. All right.
Did you have your spiritual journey?
No, I tripped fucking balls.
Was there a vision quest?
I had visions. Oh man, I was.
Tell us about the visions.
I basically took like 6 times the dose I would have taken afterwards. Like I didn't know how much to take, and I just kept taking it. And with like the shaman was like, "Yeah, just keep taking it. It's fine." And all of a sudden when it kicked in, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I couldn't see. Like I took off my glasses, put my glasses back on. Didn't make a difference. I couldn't see. Everything was just blurry. I closed my eyes and it was like a kaleidoscope going on in front of me. And then like when I would be able to see something, it was like just very intense. Like I could see like all the drugs coming out of me. Like you just see like
wow,
heroin needles and pills just floating out of me. And I was like,
heroin coming out of your ass, or
well, that too, but
yeah.
I love how you're calling back to buttholes.
No, you'll have to listen. You'll have to listen in.
Oh, I will.
You'll have to listen in. There was some butthole talk before, yeah. So wow, what an experience.
Yeah, well, goes to show you if you really want to get.
What do drugs look like when they're coming out of you? Just
well,
going back to film form? Is it?
This is during an ayahuasca trip, so it looked
Right, I
like I
understand.
had like a giant like tunnel over me, like a tornado.
Right.
And, like this shit was like just all of a sudden I'd see like a needle and a pill and like a needle and a pill. And,
Oh wow.
Just kind of floating out of me, and I was like, "This is fucked up shit right here."
Wow. I see. I was just I was tripping out that Hannah accidentally did a vegan whippet.
Yeah, I did.
Wait,
No.
wait, hang on a minute. Wait,
Accidentally.
wait.
This is a good warning.
I know, I got
actually.
the accidentally part. What I got stuck on was a vegan whippet.
Hannah, explain.
Yeah, please do.
Ready Whip came out with a line of coconut whipped cream and almond whipped cream, so I wanted to try it. And it doesn't.
When did this happen?
About a month ago. Yeah, the coconut's better than the almond.
Really?
But see, the consistency is so different, and it was cold and it was kind of
I like
stuck.
that you went like this when you said consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess all of the whipped cream got stuck in the end, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm on the phone with somebody, and it was nothing but the the gas, and all of a sudden it was gone, and it was still full, and I'm just like happy, and it was an
Right.
accidental whippet.
All of
start-
a sudden there's
Yeah.
techno music.
You started
Yeah.
giggling and yeah.
I did start
yeah.
giggling. I was like, "That's all right." I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, but at least there's no dairy.
Yeah, so you need to leave it out of the refrigerator for a good 10 minutes so it can, melts a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was it was funny because you guys have something in common. We were talking about this. I was talking about this with both of you
Yes, we do.
We do.
because I was telling you where the studio was, and it's right across from the Thai restaurant Toy in Hollywood.
Toy, which I believe I said last night, is the worst place to go on a date ever. Anytime you go on a date to Toy, never works out.
Really?
Yeah,
No, never.
I've
It's
had
cursed.
several first dates there, but the last one was the Manson family thing. And
What's a Manson
the
family
Manson
thing?
family thing.
Yeah, I just happened to be me and Squeaky Fromm were hanging out. What are you?
Like you do.
What are you
The
talking
reason
about?
I got off my Tinder.
What's the explain the Manson
so,
family?
Okay, so what happened was this guy kept bothering me, got a hold of me on Instagram. I was like, all right, I'll meet you. Halfway to the restaurant, he called me. He's like, hey, can I bring my kids? I'm like, wait, what? He's like, no, they're like not my kids, but they're like my kids. Like I take care of him, his girlfriend are gonna come, and I'm halfway there, and I'm like, okay. I get there, I'm waiting outside, and I'm thinking to myself, like I made a whole Snapchat video about this. I'm like, this is some Charles Manson shit I'm walking into. I pull over, I get outside Toy, and up pulls this big white van. I'm like, fuck.
Big white
Gets
van's
out.
always a no-no
Gets
on
out.
that
They have
first day.
windows?
A couple in the front, not in the back.
That's the windowless white van that they always warn you, stranger danger.
Yeah.
Right.
There are no puppies or candy in that van.
Oh, there was a puppy. So he opens up the door and he's like, "This is my house," and it reeked. And two kids, one had almost no teeth. They pop out of the back, all still, and hey, and then there's like, "This is my dog."
Kind of sounds like Jonathan and his brothers.
Yeah. I was like, "I want to get
had
out of
teeth.
here."
Oh, I'm kidding, of course.
So we,
Had? Oh, you have
you do
teeth.
have nice.
Yes, he has teeth. Nice teeth. Let's see that again. Those are nice
For the
teeth.
record, he has teeth.
He has teeth. Jonathan David has teeth. We all have teeth in here.
We do.
So go right ahead.
And we're in a little dress. I'm like, "Don't pick the table. You sit down on the floor, right?" Because I have a thong and a little dress on. He picks the table. It's on the floor with these two kids. Kicks off his shoes, and they're like, you can't do that here. You need to put your shoes on. He still wouldn't put them on. He sits down and orders one plate of curry for 4 people. I'm not eating it. I'm in the corner, just very uncomfortable. And they call him Daddy and serving him. Yes, Daddy. And they're talking about all this weird sex stuff. I'm
So,
uncomfortable.
so these are not children. These are adults.
These are adults, yeah. And it was just weird. He kept talking about sex stuff. I kept telling him I was uncomfortable. I kept getting in the corner. He kept trying to rub my back.
This is about the time when, about 20 minutes after, I would say, I'm going to leave right now.
Kept trying to think about how I wanted to bolt, but I'm like, what if they follow me?
Or somebody pulled this on me. I'm going to go to the bathroom and never came back. You could do
I
that.
couldn't slip out the back.
All
I had to
right.
go
Is
out
there
that way.
there's no back exit
There's
to
not.
Right,
It really
right.
needs to be one.
No, because they should know that this is a problem.
They
That people
do.
use Toy as a place to meet up with questionable people that they.
Well,
really
Right.
that's what it's there for.
Well, then
Everybody
they
knows
should
about
have-
Toy.
They should have a rear emergency exit if
They
for nothing
probably,
else.
yeah, they probably do. So how did the date end?
So we were outside, and he grabs me and tries to kiss me, and I didn't realize how tough I am from working out. I got him, and I blocked him. I said, "I don't do that." And then he kept trying to bother me. I blocked him on Instagram. And they messaged me from a couple different accounts. I was like, oh, fuck. But I waited for them to leave, and then I went back in, and I told the waitress what happened, and I ordered myself some food and went home.
Yeah, I was going to say, he bought you a quarter
He didn't
portion
buy
of
me
curry.
anything. I didn't touch anything. No, I was like, I don't know
Yeah.
if you have to wash your hands or what.
Yeah.
Ooh, and they
I
had
love
that
it.
weird smell.
Even though he wasn't the one making the food, but you're like, no, I don't,
Yeah.
whatever it is, I don't want to catch
Yes.
the cooties.
Like,
Yeah.
you're hovering over, and
Yeah.
like, kept calling him daddy. And I was like,
Hi, Daddy.
Isn't
I
that
was
what they
so
called R.
freaked
Kelly?
out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's some
Yeah, he's-
fucking
yeah, he's-
sex cult shit right
He's
there.
probably peeing on them right now.
Oh yeah.
probably. And I told Mark too, so.
What's that?
It took me a while to like get the story out.
Hopefully
Yeah.
just peeing on them.
Yeah. You never know with R. Kelly.
What happened with yours?
No, it wasn't nearly that exciting. Oh my goodness.
I start telling us, I got to hear
Okay,
this.
first off, not to disappoint anybody, but nobody's really trying to hit me up on Instagram or anything like that, so I don't really have to worry about like.
We were talking about that too, because your Instagram game
Well,
needs
so
a little
I'll
work.
get like hate mail more than I get like, hey, like every once in a while you get like a random dick pic, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
What hate
Oh,
mail?
all the time.
Who hates you?
Oh, I get like random hate mail from usually it's like elderly women for some
What?
reason. I try to figure
That is
out
so
why I'm getting
odd.
all caps for no reason.
Well, why are these elderly women having Instagrams?
Well, I was kind of curious as to like who let her out of her straitjacket, but
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Or did they literally think it was an account for a rotten kitty?
I don't know, but I did find out that there is somebody impersonating me, and their account is. It seems like it's way more interesting than mine. At
I'm
this
sure.
point, I was like, well, they kind of took my whole thing, and I think it's somebody that I know from like MySpace days, but I don't want to say anything because, you know, do you?
Because that's where all the cool pictures are.
They're putting stuff up. I'm like, I never have reception, so.
Right.
So at that point, you really do have to come see me live. I'm much better live than
Yes.
on.
So what happened with the toy dates?
It wasn't that exciting. It was like another comedian that was.
See that?
Yeah,
There's where you fucked up.
I know. But this,
Name names.
I think it was Alex or Adam. I don't know. I've tried to. I just call him the dude with the bad breath.
Right.
Ooh, at toys,
well, 'cause
you
you
could
ha-
smell that?
Oh, you could smell it.
Over the
You
curry?
could feel it.
Yeah, when you're
I was
yeah.
like wearing it after a while.
Now, when you say bad breath,
How bad?
is it like garlic breath, onion breath, or shit breath?
Butt breath.
Butt breath.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's the worst.
Oh yeah, without hesitation.
Right.
Butt breath.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was really awkward, and there wasn't anything wrong with him, but all he wanted to do was talk about how funny he was. He wasn't funny.
That's
That's so weird when somebody's like, no, I am so hilarious. Let me tell you how. I'm like, are you a salesperson or are you a comedian? I don't.
Seen your comedy.
I'm like, I ain't seen shit.
Oh.
It was painful, but he kept trying to pitch me his T-shirt ideas, which was awkward and uncomfortable. And then partway,
well. What was one of the ideas?
one of them, which I didn't mind so badly, was sadism. What was it? Was sadism is just another way of saying you're not sorry. And I was like, well, maybe we could finesse that a bit.
Yeah, that needs a little finessing.
It was too wordy, and then he had a bunch of them that were like, yeah, no. But I'm sure he's got a burgeoning T-shirt company
Right.
somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know.
By the way, speaking of that, if you go to www.smyrks.com, smyrnx.com, you can order the shirt that I designed for a
good
contest,
tie-in.
which says, I'll bring one in next week. It says, I super liked you by mistake in Tinder font. So,
That's the thing.
Okay.
and I entered a contest to get free merchandise, and that's what I won. That's better than sadism it's never having to say you're sorry.
Sadism is just another way of not having to say you're sorry. I'm like, wow, that's so many words.
So I'm waiting for when shit breast tries to kiss you.
No. You can keep waiting. It didn't happen.
He didn't try,
No, it was like a no-go zone.
and he took the hint.
Force field.
And he took the hint.
Oh no, he didn't take the hint. It was I was very polite, and I think I came up with the best I could at the time. I had so little dating experience, and the only thing I'd say is, I really have to go home to check on my father. And he's like, what's wrong with your father? I'm like, I don't know. That's why I have to go home and check on him.
That's funny.
It was the only thing I could think of.
Right.
Good one though.
Now,
But it works.
I
'cause
use
who's
grandpa
gonna-
all the time.
Who's gonna ask?
Right?
Right.
I mean, really, if they do, first off, you're kind of an asshole,
Right.
because
Right.
like, who are you to kind of judge like what my non-excuse is? I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to watch you eat. I'm really uncomfortable.
Right.
Was he a gross eater?
He was. He was like the open.
Oh,
mouth.
so-
It wasn't
open
just the
mouth?
It wasn't just the open mouth. It was the food falling out.
oh.
Yes.
Well, because the mouth's open.
It was so open you could catch flies.
Right.
It was bad.
Did you just stop?
Well, he
and
has
you're
to air out the
slow motion?
butthole breath, so.
Yes.
True. Yes. Yes.
So Thai food and shit is just
While he's
Yeah.
he's saying, okay, and
Yeah.
here's another great T-shirt idea. And I'm
yeah.
like,
I'm so funny.
Fabulous. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. The have you had bad eaters, Hannah?
Yes.
What's an example of bad eater?
Slurping your food.
Ooh. You see me eat. It's okay.
Yeah,
All
you're
right?
fine. You don't
Okay,
bother me. I don't even
okay.
notice.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. No, you were. I was saying this is why I don't date comedians. But you seem to disagree, Jonathan. You've dated comedians?
No, I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, not really, but
Just the ones that weren't funny.
I'm polyamorous, so like,
Oh, really? Do tell.
so
So anybody gets in line, you're all for it.
if it's a comedian who's polyamorous, like that's not like the everyday thing. I've met a couple of unicorns.